Hey, hello everyone, Tanak here. Welcome to episode 21 of Building My Industrial Empire in EVE Online. So, we will start with the usual progress report. Bada bim, bada boom. I am now personally worth 10.2 billion ISK. The corporation is worth 5.1 billion. For a grand total of 15.4. If you look at my chart here, you can see that my personal net worth actually got down this week, but the corporate net worth raised by a lot. Well, part of it is because I transfer some money to the Corp to fire up our ore buyback program. The other part is because, well, the other part you'll see when we get there. So we're going to talk a little bit about HR. We're going to talk about I'll usually go with the same structure, so talk about HR, Corp news, our industrial operation, politics and expansion, and then what I personally am planning for my character during the next week. So HR, we are now at the 48th character in Corp. We're growing. Most were actually new people. Aside from that, we got a few alts that are joining, so but most are new people and most are logging regularly, so we do have people that log. We have people online all the time. There's never I am never alone in Corp whenever I'm logged in. Usually have, like we see, like we have 7 people tonight. We got always people on. Aside from that, reading my notes here, we added another officer just to help me move the Corp along, because I don't want to be a bottleneck in all of this. If you want, people ask about the delegation structure. Basically, I got all the share, I got the CEO role, I got all the directors, so everything is me or one of my alt for those top role, and that's just to ensure asset security. I trust my officer, but the way to build a stable corp, everything that I've read, was to actually keep all those roles within one person, so that's what we're applying. But we got a lot of delegated power to most of my officers, so they got access to like all the wallets except one. They can do, well, almost anything in the Corp except unanchor structure, like some specific stuff that were limited to secure the blueprint, to secure, because that is like we identify the most important asset in the corporation, which are our blueprints and our structure. So these are the one thing that officer cannot do for now. We might need to change our setup in the future, but for now it's working actually pretty fine. So what else on our industrial operation? I lost a Raitaru, the second one. Trying to carry it, I got gank going out of Jita. I tried to pass it under the radar with an Eris. Usually you don't get attack on those, but I think I got scanned. I got shot at while I was warping out of Jita, so I did get to the first gate, but as soon as I took the gate, I got shot on the second gate. So no, not the second, the third one. I should probably have found a safe spot on the perimeter. I tried to get out and find a station, but I had the little red icon, so I played that whole part very badly, and I lost the right arrow in the process. So, and actually the ganker got it, so that I was pretty pissed off. We got a second one. An officer in the Corp actually paid it from his own money. and that one was a real cloak and dagger operation. We did set it up at night at a time where our usual we studied the logging pattern of the people that are usually were usually having trouble with, to find a place where they were least likely to be online. The system was very busy on the night we wanted to put it up. We think, well, we're actually pretty sure that we got a few spy in the Corp, or at least one. And that's almost unavoidable when you got a group that is as large as us, that is noob friendly, so we take young character also, and we've grown pretty fast, so having spy is almost a given. You cannot let that limit your action too much, and you cannot get paranoid with that, but you have to be aware that your Corp chat is probably being listened to somewhere else, that your Discord chat is probably being read by someone else. So anything that you say in the Corp chat or on Discord, is you consider that public domain, and that's the way you manage with spies. So you keep specific information within a small part of the corporation, one-on-one, and the thing you make public is the thing that you don't want to be, you don't mind being known publicly. So when we did set up the Raitaru, we knew, well, there was different group hovering around, so we did spread a lot of misinformation on the Corp chat on when we were going to set it up, what system, and I'm gonna log in, I'm not gonna log in, and I'm canceling the operation. So we did a lot of stuff to just basically send misdirection, and we found an actual window of opportunity to set up the station. And the second day, at the end of the 24-hour period, we had a trusted ally that were there to help us provide security. So we had a few of our members that were actually in combat ship, and allies that came in, but we didn't have a fight on the second day. So we managed to put it online. So we now have one Raitaru, and that you can see here. So we got our little sweatshop here that is actually right next to our Athanor. So they're both in Evangier. We have the module we have here is basic production, research and invention. So what we do have now is the full, we have a full T2 capable production line. So we bring our mineral in our Athanor, we refine it there with the base efficiency that is better than anything you can get into the neighboring ISEC system, and from there we can take the mineral to the Raitaru and produce. We still need to add rigs to get the maximum bonus from the Raitaru, but right now both of our structure are powered off. We get fuel for a month. We're and they're armed, so we have the basic defense, and we're able to well, we got the best setup that we can get at our current level that we're at. So, and we're able to produce stuff, and we have implemented. People wanted to know how we work. So there's the CEO office, this is my hangar with stuff that some people give stuff to the Corp, and I keep in there until I get some something to do with this. Sometimes I do put some of my stuff in here when I want to launch a job using Corp Blueprint. We got the blueprint library with all our blueprints that can be used and researched by any of our member, but I'm the only one that can take them out of there, so they are secure in there. We got the factory floor where people can put stuff, build stuff, trade between them. So it's just, this is like a free-for-all area. Corporate security is for plan when we're going to build ship. And then we got our project Space Whale, which I talked about last week. We are starting to build industrial capital ship. So these are actually been built by people in Corp. And we put research blueprint here and mineral, and people can either directly add their component here, or they can just add mineral, and either the official the people that have the capacity to build can use those mineral to build those parts, or an officer will, someone in Corp that has the right building skill can build a part, and then we're going to assemble this and sell the industrial ship. That is until we can get to our next phase, which is building capital combat ship. So, but that we need another station. You cannot do that in a Raitaru. We would need an Asbel to do that. So aside from that, we got an ore buyback program, so our miner can mine stuff and sell their mineral directly to the Corp. So we use a fixed price based on JITA, so they can sell locally at 0.9 JITA price, and a lot of people are taking advantage of that. And the Corp, we got people in Corp, like I think 3 of us that have like max or very close to max refining skill. So we are pretty efficient in our refining. So that's our setup. Also, we have a player in Corp that did provide another station. So we have basically an office outside of the low sec zone. Where we can compress ore, so people are mining all week, but they don't have to cross into Evangier if it's dangerous, if it's gate camped. So what we do is when we know we have the system secure, we can just ship the mineral in large quantity, and before like when we got some windows of opportunity when the system isn't camped. So it's a pretty efficient setup. We got people mining low sec in relative safety, piling up ore at a station where we have office, compressing that ore and shipping it in large volume to use our low sec bonus to get everything, to get the max efficiency from that. So aside from that, politics, we managed to avoid, aside from the Raitaru we only lost one industrial ship this week that was carrying stuff, so we're getting better at avoiding pirates. We did get different offer of people that want to use our workforce. That's the only way I can explain it. Okay, we got some offer to actually, somebody wanted to take the whole Corp and integrate it with them. Not interested. So just, I'm not against collaborating with people, but we're not. I mean, the Corp is not for sale, and the member are actually happy. I'm happy to provide them a home, and what we want is the where I want to go into that with that Corp is to actually provide the second rung on the industry ladder for new player. You need to, my belief is that you need to provide a gradual path outside of ISEC for people to be willing to venture outside of our ISEC, or else you're going to have ISEC Care Bear and the blob space, and null is going to be is a dead man zone with pirates. We want to try. My goal is to actually try and smooth that path a little bit for people. So make our little area of null a place where that is riskier than high. It will always be because it's null, but a place where you feel that you can get out without getting shot instantly at the gate. And that's the perception from a lot of new players. So our idea is to actually try and smooth that path out, provide better reward, which means better efficiency from our station, but at the same time you get a little more risk, but not like 100% more risk with 3% better reward. So we need to smooth that path a little bit. So that's our objective. But we did manage we did become better as a corp to avoid needless loss. Aside from me, I think I'm the worst offender in the corp right now for losing valuable asset. Other people wanted me to take our miner into a wormhole to mine gas for him. Most of our people don't have the skill for that, and they're not at a point in their career where they're ready for that, so we kind of didn't go through with that. I'm not saying no, never, but it's really not our plans short term. What we want to do in the next, let's say the next step in our development is put rigs on that Raitaru to get the 3.8% material efficiency bonus. So, and I want to get a small police force just to patrol the system. We're never going to be able to take, or at least I don't think we're going to be able in the very short term to be able to take those big organized PvP group. I mean, they got way better PvP skill than us. They better ship and they're PvP focused. We're industrialists, but what I think is within our reach is to have like a small 3-4 people police force that could take out lone gangers and actually try and police the system. So if you got like one guy alone camping the gate and waiting to shoot any noob that goes through the gate, we can probably take that guy out. And that's the idea is not to look for a fight. The idea is to try and make that system a little less aggressive for people that are coming in. And again, I don't want people to go on the prowl. The way we deal with outside, with relationship with the outside, is basically don't shoot any one of our miner, and you won't have any problem from us. Shoot one of our miner, and we will add you as red in our corporate contact list, and we will treat you as hostile. So that's it. It's as simple as that. So, well, that's basically the what happened. What's going on right now with the corp. Or also next week, hopefully we'll be able to complete our first capital ship to sell. So this is gonna be fun. We're gonna have some rigs in there. We're also doing one way that we finance the corp is we do one mining operation during the week that is for the corp. So people just donate 1 hour of their time and come and mine for the corp. Last week we did pull out more than 400 million worth of mineral from that operation. So that way it pays more than enough to pay for the fuel for the corp, so that way we can keep like use of our services super low. Like anybody in the Corp can use our services for free, and we're charging a minimal 1% outside the Corp. And for us, I mean, people, so the taxes basically is just voluntary basis. You come and you mine for the Corp for 1 hour, and we got a pretty efficient setup there. So that's about it for this week. So hopefully we'll keep on progressing and keep on building stuff. And what I would like also is to eventually try and negotiate a steady client for what we're producing. So if you are Corp that is interested to have regular supply of material built by people, built efficiently by people, we have a setup where we can use the production of all of our members for Corp goals. So as you see, you got research job owned by the Corp, we got production job that are owned by the Corp here. So we are able to put all our industrial output towards some specific goal. So if you need a fleet built, we can provide. So if that would be my ideal client, would be somebody that wants to actually buy stuff we produce and not just buy mineral, because we got a lot of offer for buying mineral, but our goal is to actually get all the way to, I mean, if I get mineral, it's not really useful for us to sell ore at this point, because we're pretty efficient refining that ore and actually selling we could sell the mineral. But what we want to do is we want to produce good. So if you're a viewer and you're interested in buying a bunch of ships or a bunch of weapon or a bunch of call me in game, and we can surely negotiate something. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little update, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.